Welcome, lovely soul friend. We're finally doing portal closing and portal opening work. Yay! I was talking about this video and this process so long, and now we're gonna finally, we're gonna do it together. And also there will be an available product on my product page in Coffee, which will be like a workbook, a template that you can use to work on your own. Yeah, basically it will have examples, it will have all the types of portals, everything mentioned. You know, probably in another video I'm gonna show you like a version of it. So if you'd be interested in, like, you know, doing this work more on your own, then that's gonna be super useful to start with, like a super useful thing. Like in general, well, so there are types of portals, right? Let's do a little bit of an introduction. There are types of portals. I have divided those types in single door portals. So that's one type. Double door portals, which is the second type. So single door is basically portal from one place, from one energy to another place, right? We're talking astral places now. We're talking astral energies. Double door portal, that is something that I have found that usually is it's both. It's like having two entrances on both sides, and usually it has something to do with another person being connected to a certain location. So let's say if there is one door here, then there is another door somewhere else, usually created by someone connected to someone. Then there are portals which are infused with spells, right? So with incantations. So people are, they're basically activating those portals with spells, and the fourth type. So that was the third, and the fourth type is also booby-trapped portals. So it's when there are object attachments, or there are. It doesn't always have to be physical. That's why I mentioned, like, that's why I'm saying, like, it is an exploration. There could be so many different variations of what has, like, you know, because people use their creativity to open those portals. People open those portals unintentionally. Sometimes people, you know, it isn't just people doing magic intentionally, doing portal opening work intentionally. Portals are being opened by people through traumatic experiences. Portals are often being opened by a lot of charged emotion, right? So it is sometimes happening through people's subconscious minds, or kind of through their shadow side, that they accidentally open those portals. So yeah, the booby trap portals, they could be like traps that when you try to close a certain portal, the energy jumps over to another place, or the portal, you like, sometimes what happened to me was, like, I was closing a portal in my house. I succeeded with 2 portals, and the third one I tried to close. When I went to sleep during the night, there was a sudden attack happening. Like, I could feel, I could not think of any different thoughts, and suddenly there was like a pressure in my mind, and this being that was attached to this portal, and there was an object in that room which I didn't have access to. So yeah, I realized there's an object that the portal is booby trapped, and basically I cannot close the portal in this way. I'm gonna have to try again, and I'm gonna have to do more work on it. So yeah, the cases, so those are like 4 generalizations, right? But when it comes to actually like doing field work, I always tell people that the portals are, it's kind of like a beginning, it's like a beginning platform. It's something that you begin from, because what you're gonna have is like you could have different types of anomalies. People could have, it's not always portals, it's sometimes you're gonna discover that somebody is, there's a spirit stuck there, or there is like a spirit attachment. Somebody did something and became attached to a certain place, and now wow, butterfly. That's a great guest for our work today. Angels are guiding us. Yeah, so basically, what was I saying? Sorry guys. I'm doing a lot of work now, so it's like my mind is just overheating. Yeah, basically discovery, different anomalies and discovery. So you start with portals and then explore and discover. So the portal work is basically what I'm giving you here is something to basically somewhere to begin. But when it comes to you doing the actual process, it is up to your creativity, it is up to your imagination, and it is up to your determination, and also like psychic analysis, because I try to always analyze the place when I'm not in the location. What I'm trying to do is, like, let's say I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm gonna do this field work, I do analysis psychically, remote viewing the place. Then I scribble on my paper everything that I can. Then I get to the location and I test my my sense. Like if I see like you get to the location, you physically see with your eyes, okay, I see, that's the location we need to go, that's where the portal is. And today here behind me, if I close this, this is the portal here that we're going to close. When I did analysis at home today, I felt that this part of the forest, which I never come to, has some sort of like a negative energy, and the elements of fire came through. Like basically I was feeling like somebody was shot here, and there is a portal of a portal to death realm, to the dead world. Yeah, a portal has remained open, and so we're gonna close it. It's not a super strong one, but it is, it's good for what we do here today. So yeah, before we go any further, I said your creativity, your imagination. When it comes to tools, the same applies. So, as you may have seen, I have already my wand, which I use. What do I use my wand for? Well, pretty much anything. If I'm gonna draw a symbol, I'm gonna use my wand. If I'm gonna, the way I close portals is I put a door. So we do this in the imagination, we do this in the astral. I put a door up and I weld it with my wand with a kind of violet light, yeah, or anything else that comes. Like, you have to feel it by your intuition every time. Maybe I'll do something different. Of course, what I need is headgear, protection over your head, That is something that I think a lot of shamans do when doing any kind of spiritual work, because you don't want different spiritual like forces influencing what you're doing and attaching to your mind. Also, what I do with the train pass. Choo choo. Okay, so another thing that I do is create an energetical field around the location that you're going to work around, like a bubble, so that people, people don't notice you, people kind of stay away, they don't disturb you while you do the work. No interference, right? Yeah. Well, okay, we'll do more in the process. So some more tools that I use my scissors, red scissors. So let's say a portal is booby trapped. I have done this before. Use also a red string. What did I do? I did one portal where, oh yeah, there was like a safe, and basically there was 2-door portal, and I basically I hooked the safe so that when I closed the portal, the kind of booby trap was that it was gonna pull money energy away from the location, and yeah, basically I had to do some crazy stuff where I kind of where I had to attach the safe so when I close the portal it doesn't get sucked in. So yeah, you just, if it's a booby trap, you could use a string, you could tie it to one place, to one object, to another object in which you feel that represents the portal, and cut it. Another thing that you could do is, if there are cords that you see, you could cut them. If there are booby traps in the astral that you see, that another person has another person's energy is very present within the portal, and then you can use those. What else? Some sacred water that I have infused with Reiki light. I have my lighter, the energy. So these are like, I'm using elements: water, earth, fire, a black feather with a red string for air. Yep, my lighter that I use for. Come on, I refueled it. Yep, it's heating up. That I infused with. I use it for shamanic work, basically. Symbols. I have my own dowsing rods. Pretty cool ones. Extended for large area field work. I don't use them that much too often, but if I have to do I've done countryside, a lot of different things that is like seeking something on the field. Yeah, basically you can look for energy. So what else do we have? Of course, we're gonna use a candle and something to represent the energy of earth. A pine cone in my case. There's probably gonna be more tools, the more I do, the more I explore. You could also use the tools that I have inspired you with, use different tools, whatever is close to your imagination. I also have what is it called? The magician's scepter? Not a scepter, but like I forgot the name suddenly. It's the large wand, basically. Yeah, the large wand. You know, like a Gandalf has. So I use that for also for super powerful work. So let's say there has been like a lot of traumatic experiences like war, and there's like a huge intensity of energy. Then you're gonna use the big wand. You're gonna want it to, you know, boom, boom, go into the ground. You're gonna want to push out a lot of energy. So yeah, that's about the tools. Okay, we've got a pretty long video here, but that's fine. We're gonna go into the process now. So we're gonna begin the closing process. So what I'm feeling is here, this location is where the portal needs to be closed. That's where we have the kind of portal to the dead realm. And like usually, like there's a lot of dead trees and a lot of dead branches, and this is usually how I can check my intuition and my psychic insight that I have found the right things. When I do it in like people's houses, people's homes, people like buildings where people are, what I do is basically I do the analysis, and then I start checking for objects, and I always find that I was right, I was spot on. I find an object which represents that what I was feeling was true about that location. And in this case it is true as well, because there's like around, there's trees that are growing, and here's like just sort of dead branches, dead trees, what have you. There's even one collapsed behind me. I cannot see, but okay. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use my wand, and I'm gonna use my sacred water for this, because it's like a simple portal. And let me connect. The first thing that we do is we wear angelic armor, or any kind of other protection that you may feel like you want to use or have. So you just imagine putting armor around yourself, that you're protected in whatever way. Wow, and the sun starts shining exactly in that moment. It's like it couldn't be more synchronized than this. So I feel like Ra is coming through as well. My beautiful Egyptian friends, my beautiful Egyptian spirits, because I did this work in Egypt, so a lot, this shamanic work, so they are always assisting me with this work. And then what's the next thing? So the next thing is that we can do is ask, I always ask Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael. In this case we could also ask Osiris, as this is dead portal, death realm, sorry guys, as this is a portal to death realm, so Duat. We could ask Osiris to help us with closing this portal, maintaining it shut. All right. As I mentioned before, we put on door onto this portal. I'm welding it with violet light 3 times. I'm going to use the symbol which is in my country known as Mara's cross, which is basically cross and 4 lines on each kind of yeah, on each ray of the cross. So that I use to maintain the portal shut, because I'm doing it in this country and it is best to use the symbology which is local, is what I always find useful. So if you're in another country, kind of be aware of what is local, what is resonating with the local consciousness, with the local field, and that will probably work the best. I'm asking Archangel Metatron and Archangel Raphael and Osiris to keep this portal shut and to remove any kind of negative remaining energy which has surrounded this portal. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of my Reiki infused water, light water, and we're gonna clear the location with light, if there is anything that remains here. Amazing. It already feels brighter and lighter. So that was the closing part. We're gonna go to another location and do open one portal as well. It's a bit of a different process. Ooh, and this is the place we're going to open a portal of divine light and abundance. Right here. This is where the forest spirits led me. They wanted it here. When we were closing the portal in another location, I was feeling so pulled, like, come on, come here, come here, come. So we just walked here. Yeah, so opening a portal is much more fun and easier, at least for me, because it's lighter energy. You know, I'm not opening portals to like dark places, which usually is like, you know, if they do, then they're like, oh, we need to get this right. We need to do like a proper esoteric magic and what have you, proper ritual and whatever. Last year in this forest, I opened a portal to Hyperborea. Opening a portal, I used, so basically what I use is I use a crystal which works as an anchor in the physical realm for the portal. So this is the key. For the portal representation, I made like a net of branches, like a dream, something similar like a dream catcher, with branches, with the thread. It's not necessarily necessary to have a physical representation. I did it because I was kind of beginning, but now I can just open portals, you know, pretty much. And yeah, like the amount of energy that has changed in that location, like last year at the beginning of August, which when I did it, it's just crazy. It's like completely different. I have kind of throughout the year, I have gone to that location again and again and again. I always bring some gifts to the forest spirits as well, and it's completely just. I mean, it works. It's just, of course, it works, because it's your consciousness doing it, right? It exists within your awareness and consciousness, and therefore it exists in the collective consciousness. So, what do we do? Well, opening a portal, it's always about the frequency, vibration, right? It's about what are you feeling? What kind of energy are you in and tapped into? And right now, I want this to be divine portal, like an angelic portal, but that is kind of giving the blessings of abundance throughout this territory of light. So I've got a yellow citrine crystal, beautiful crystal for that. First thing we do, we open the portal. We ask the angelic light to come into this land, to come into this place. With your imagination, I'm opening a golden light portal, which is swooning across the forest. Swooning light across the forest. I can feel like there are spirits right now which are observing me doing this. They're like watching, they're like waiting, they're like, yes, yes. And once the portal is open, you can ask the angels to come through to this portal and the angelic light to keep the channel open for the highest benefit of this place, of this location, and of this forest. To support those beings, to support those spirits that are in need of light frequency here, that are in need of healing, that are in need of abundance in any way, shape or form. And now that we feel the portal is open, the sun started shining as well. The key, right? I'm gonna show you. This is the key. Or just dig it somewhere where you feel, dig it in the ground. And yeah, and I feel, and there's a feeling of completeness once it's done, because you have like a grounding thread, basically. I'm gonna show you. So, the portal is up here. I'm digging the key right here into the ground. And from the portal, we pull down a golden thread of light connecting to the key, to the crystal. Yes, and the portal is open. So that was my little creative process of opening a portal. You could, it could be literally anything. It could be anything. The intention is what matters, and then the process of the way you do it is up to you. I made this video with an invitation for people that are interested to kind of, work with their fields, with their houses, with their forests, with their gardens, whatever, to be observant, to be aware of the spirits around you, of the animals, of the little nature beings. Also of the energy fields which are not positive, where people may have died, where spirits are stuck, and in this way we are raising Earth to a higher frequency. And we are also, we're having fun, and we're becoming master magicians, master creators in many ways. Yay! Okay, I enjoyed this a lot. I hope you did too. Thanks for staying with me. This was a long video. And yeah, just wait for the worksheet template that I'm going to prepare. I'm going to share probably like a YouTube short about it. Show it off a bit. Yeah. Okay, bye for now.